G'day there guys, I just wanted to do my second video for you about the football grounds that I've played at in my senior career. So today I'm pretty excited about this one, my second one. This ground means a bit to me. Played here quite a few times in the end in my career for quite a few different teams, home and away. Can anybody guess? I'm up in the grandstand at the moment. Let's go have a look. Yes, that is right. We are at West Park Oval in Burnie, Tasmania, the home of the Burnie Dockers. There's the Cade Monday wing on the far side over there. So this has been a ground where I've lost quite a few games of football in my career. So primarily playing for North Launceston at the start in between 2010 and 2015. North Launceston, Western Storm and also South Launceston. I think we won a game here in 2013, in the year that we won the premiership for South Launceston. Every other time I think I travelled up here, I'm pretty sure we lost because Burnie were quite strong in those 5 years between 2010 and 2015. And then in recent times, last year, so 2021, I actually played for the Burnie Dockers, which is very, very random of a person from Launceston coming all the way up here to play football. But I'll tell you about that. So I wasn't playing football because I had a lower back injury at the start of 2021, and I really struggled to get it right. So I hadn't done any football training whatsoever. And anyway, Oliver Cook called me up and said, we're going down to Rosebery Toorak to play footy. We're going to play one game for him in the start of June, and in an attempt to try and win a game for them because they've been getting belted by 400 points. Anyway, I agreed to that and I said, yep, let's do it. So I worked really hard to get my lower back right, cut out sugar, did a whole lot of exercises to get that right. Anyway, ended up being in pretty good condition for that game. Anyway, the week leading up to that, because we needed to get a clearance, I had to get a clearance from South Launceston so that I could play there. So in the week leading up, I actually had a call from Planty, the coach of the Burnie Dockers, and he said, what are you doing playing down at Rosebery Toorak? And I explained the situation, exactly the story that I've just given to you, and he said, how about you come and play the last half of the year up at Burnie? We need an answer. We need a bit of someone a little bit older to do a bit of mentoring and fill a bit of a role on a wing for these guys, because they were a little bit undermanned and a little bit young, I suppose. Anyway, I thought about it for that 2 weeks, and then the cut-off date was end of June, and I just thought, yep, bugger it, let's do it. So I signed up with Burnie more or less the week after I played at Rosebery. I actually really enjoyed the game at Rosebery. We'll go into that another day when we're actually down at the Oval, but yeah, that was good fun. It was good to be out there playing footy again, and most importantly, my body was actually feeling good. So I played my first game for Burnie towards the end of June, and that was against Devonport at Devonport Oval, which will be another video in itself. But yeah, so I honestly really enjoyed my time at Burnie. I think I played 10 games. We finished 4th. We made it to a elimination final, which was played at Wynyard, so that'll be another ground we get to go over as well. But yeah, it was quite a fun year. I certainly met some absolutely awesome people who I still stay in touch with now, which I'm really grateful for. Played with some high quality footballers without singling too many out, but Bailey Bogue, absolute star of the game. He won the Baldock medal in that season. I think that was his third, at 22, 23 years old. I think runner-up this year, 2022. So incredible footballer, one of the better players I've played with, and exceptional guy as well. Obviously Nick McKenna, an absolute hero down here. Played a couple of games with Cade Monday, who filled in for a couple of games as well. Nick and Harry Walters, Rudy Barrett, and a few of the younger players were really good quality as well. And somebody who's just got drafted, Seth Campbell, he probably played 4 or 5 games in that 10 games that I played here at Burnie. So yeah, that was that, and that was a really great experience, and really grateful for Burnie for having me. I probably trained once a fortnight. Obviously did my own training back in Launceston, but overall got a few touches, Probably played one of the better games against Penguin, where I kicked a couple of goals and got a bit of the ball down there in a 9-point loss. But yeah, we were able to win a couple of games at home, which was nice. I remember one of the games was super wet and windy and wild. That was against, I think that was against Ulverston, and we managed to get the 4 points, which was pleasing. And it turned out in that season, I ended up doing some work down this way. Did some work at Ulverston, as well as Wynyard. So I tied that in with some of the training commitments and game day commitments, and made it all worthwhile. And as well as that, I've got a place at Hawley which I stayed at to limit the travel. But yeah, it turns out it was about 1.5 hours travel from Launceston, which is a long way to be travelling, but I don't regret it. I had a great time. Shame we couldn't have won an extra couple of games and made it a bit further in the final series, but I guess the team was just a little bit undermanned, and we just didn't have the depth to keep up with the Wynyards, Penguin and Devonport. Let's go for a look. This is a cool little grandstand though. Very old school, a lot of timber in it. We used to sit up here before the games and watch the reserves play, who didn't win many games in that season. The Burnie Docker change rooms are just under here. There they are, Doctor's change rooms. That was really cool to go through those when I was playing here and look at all the memorabilia and premierships that they've won over the years. The away change rooms are just up there. And then this ground, it really is immaculate at the moment. It's getting ready for the Tasmania Athletics Carnivals. And we'll go outside and have a bit of a scan at how good it's actually looking. And another claim to fame of mine is running in the 1 mile race, New Year's Eve 2021. So it's a funny shaped ground actually. I'll try and get an aerial view of it, but it's a really weird shape. And quite obviously, as we're heading out to the middle here, you'll see they play cricket here in the summer. That middle becomes a bit boggy as well, as you can imagine, with a bit of rain and wind. It's not sometimes a very pleasant place to play here, but have a look at the surface. It is absolutely elite. It's got the bike track going around the outside, which is kind of cool as well. So the goals face this way, one at that end and one at that end. So that's how it's orientated. But have a look at the ground. She's looking absolutely brilliant. The lines are marked for the 100-metre track here. But yeah, the experience of running a running race here on New Year's Eve was absolutely amazing. So the race started at 9 o'clock. Probably didn't do my best time for that reason, because it was so late in the day and I'd done all my training at 5:30 in the mornings. But it was a really cool experience racing against some elite runners. Stuart McSwain being one of them, who broke 4 minutes for that particular mile that day and still didn't win. But if we wander over here, I can see the Cade Monday wing. This was unveiled at middle of this year, I believe. So an absolute hero of the game down here at Burnie. Played, I think, well over 300 games, maybe even close to 350. High quality player, represented the state, many best and fairest. Absolute jet. But this is where I spent a fair bit of my time, on this wing, rolling up and down here, trying to get some posies, and then drifting into the forward line, because it is quite a short ground. It's not all that long. But yeah, we'll see if we can get an aerial view of this one, and you'll find that it's quite an odd shape, and naturally the weather comes from that direction. So this is predominantly the scoring end down here at West Park. But right now we are in, what day? We got the 5th of December. This ground is looking absolutely superb. The groundsmen need a very good pat on the back, because couldn't get any better, I reckon. This is a function centre over here, so this is where the boys would go after the game to have a few beers and chat to the other teams. There is a really good warm-up facility underneath. Where is it? I'm just thinking. Yeah, no, it's underneath our rooms over here. Yeah, that's where it was. There's a little entranceway down there. Or is it under the point? It might be under the point, actually. So it's like a cricket, indoor cricket facility. So it's a really good spot to warm up as well. But there you go. So yeah, a lot of people probably wouldn't have known that I've played, half a year at Burnie, and the reasons why I did do it. But yeah, that's the reasons. And yeah, like I said before, I don't regret doing it. It is a bit of a random one to do. It took a fair bit to get the okay from my wife Sarah, but anyway, it all turned out okay, I think. And yeah, the most important thing for me was to meet some high quality people who I value as friends at the moment, and yeah, hopefully continue that friendship as we move on. And yeah, big thanks to Planty for giving me that phone call. It was really good to meet him and play under him. He's a highly successful coach of the Dockers, and yeah, and for some reason I've always had a bit of a soft spot for the Dockers. I remember growing up, I used to like the colours, to be honest, and I used to watch all of their success out here at West Park. They used to win plenty of flags, especially in the NTFL. Back in the day, they won several flags in a row. Could have even been 5, maybe, I'm not sure. So yeah, I've always looked at them and respected them as a club, especially playing against them, and finding it pretty hard to win here. So yeah, it was quite kind of cool to be on their side and see how they go about it. Another shout out, Andy Lee. It was really good to spend some time with him and meet him. Really high quality bloke. Emmett Smith, great guy as well. Nick Hearn, he was a really good guy to me. He was really friendly. So yeah, there's quite a few guys there that I've got to know quite well and still stay in touch with. So anyway, that's my second football ground, at Burnie, West Park Oval. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll just do a bit of a pan around the outside. So that's the main spectators grandstand, then heading northwest where the goals would be, then back up onto the Cade Monday wing, and then heading I guess east where the other set of goals are, and then back towards the point there. So really cool ground, really well set up, really funny shape from the sky. We'll have a look at that, and definitely got a bit of a rise here because this was the finish line for the mile that I did. Finish line was just over there, and our last couple hundred metres here was definitely going uphill, and certainly feeling pretty fatigued at that stage. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this video, and certainly stay tuned for the next one. I'm looking forward to doing quite a few more in the coming weeks, and yeah, make sure you like and subscribe so you can keep an eye on them. Let me know your thoughts about this ground. Have you played there? Do you like it? Did you get some success here? Have a great day, guys. Bye.